Being a YouTuber is not a low-tech job, and one of my friends the other day, he's starting a YouTube channel, and he asked me, what are some pieces of gear, some gadgets that creators need here in 2024? Well, this is what I told him. First, every creator needs good audio. You can have the best footage in the world, but if your audio sucks, your video sucks. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to solve this, but my favorite way, and the one I'm recommending to you right now, is by getting a gadget like this. This is a wireless microphone system. This is the Wireless Pro from Rode. It is super awesome. There's a DJI version too, that's good as well. This is just my favorite. There's two major reasons why this is amazing. One, it has internal recording, so all you have to do is pull it out of the case and hit record. All of your files will be saved to the device, and then it can be exported to your computer later. There's no need to hook anything up to your camera or your smartphone. Two, this mic has 32-bit float recording, which basically means it's unpeakable. No matter how loud the audio gets, you can always bring it back down and edit, and it's not going to be corrupted. This means instead of spending a bunch of time on your editing levels trying to set them properly to get good audio, you can just focus on creating your content. It's very much plug and play. That said, this system is not cheap at all. It's around $400, which is a good investment, but it's also the thing that I would recommend anybody get even before they upgrade their camera. It's that powerful, it'll last you forever. This is pro quality, and audio is super important. Following up that big, expensive one, the next thing I told my friend is I said, hey, let's take it easy on the wallet for a second, and the next thing you need is a cloud-synced notes app. Whether you completely script your videos or you just like to work off of bullet points, being able to work from your computer and then switch over to your phone is completely essential. My typing speed is way faster on the computer, and it's definitely the best place to do research, but sometimes I'm away from it. I don't have access, or I come up with a really good idea while I'm out and about, or I want to work on a script while I'm out and about. And that's when I like to work on my phone. For Mac users like me, the easiest solution is to use Apple's built-in Notes app, which is where I write all of my scripts. By using Notes, everything I write on my computer automatically syncs to my phone. So wherever I go, I can just pull out my phone and have access to my script and film my video. If you work on an Android or PC, the best solution and the easiest thing would probably be to use Google Docs, which will completely kind of work the same way. It'll automatically update. Now, whether you're working on Mac or PC, desktop or laptop, the next tool that I find completely invaluable is a really good mouse. My current and favorite mouse is the Logitech MX Master 3S. It has sped up my editing workflow and increased my productivity and comfort like nothing else. I held off on buying a good mouse for a long time because I figured, a mouse is a mouse. Like, how good can it be? But since I bought it about a year ago, I have never looked back, and I never will. The MX Master is way more comfortable than my old mouse because it's designed with ergonomics in mind. This might seem like a small thing, but keep in mind, if you're sitting at an editing computer just working on videos for hours and hours every single day, every little bit of comfort helps. Even more important than the comfort is the customization that comes with a mouse like this. The MX Master 3S has 5 programmable buttons that can be bound to shortcuts for creative softwares like Photoshop, Lightroom, or any video editing software. Instead of using editing shortcuts, I can now just hit one of these buttons to make a cut or a ripple delete. This has been a super efficient way to speed up the technical side of my video editing, which gives me more time to spend on the creative side and figuring out ways to move my audience emotionally. In my experience, the best tool for this is music. Soundtracking my videos is my favorite part of editing because that's where the project comes to life. The better your music, the more your viewer is going to get swept up into your video, which is why high quality music is so important and why I use music and sound effects from today's sponsor, Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound is a massive online library of music and sound effects that are tailor-made to infuse your videos with emotion. There's no better way to convey the grandeur of the mountains than by giving them an epic score. And no more effective tool to keep your viewer on the edge of their seat than a suspenseful orchestra piece. Every mood you could ever want to convey in a video is available on Epidemic Sound. And they've built their website to make the music search process as easy as possible. They'll recommend new tracks based on your YouTube channel, or you can browse through dozens of playlists filled with tracks that match the vibe you're looking for. The best part is you can get a free 7-day trial of Epidemic sound by going through the link that I have in the description below, so you don't have to take my word for it. You can try it out for yourself. Epidemic sound is definitely a bonus gadget that I think every creator should have in their arsenal here in 2024. Now, when you're doing all of that editing with Epidemic Sound's music, you're gonna need a place to keep all of your footage safe. That's where maybe the most boring piece of gear that I've ever recommended comes in. Every creator needs at least 2 solid-state hard drives, or SSDs. An SSD is a super small, durable hard drive where you're going to store all of your footage. The camera doesn't focus on them, apparently. There's a bunch of different kinds of hard drives, but SSDs are the ones that I recommend for a couple of reasons. One, they are way faster than the other kinds of drives, which means transferring footage files from one thing to another is going to go way faster, and you're not going to experience any lag when you're editing off of them. SSDs are also way smaller and more durable to external damage than other drives. But there is a other side to that coin, which is they are unfortunately much more likely to just a random catastrophic failure. That's why we've got 2 of them. It might seem like a waste of storage space and a waste of money, but you're gonna want 2 SSDs because you're gonna have one that you work off of and the other one is gonna be a backup. It's gonna be a carbon copy of this one, because if this one or the other one has a catastrophic failure for some reason, your backup is going to, well, it's gonna be a backup. It's gonna keep all of your footage and files safe so that you can go ahead and get another one and restore them. There are even safer ways to store your footage, but I think for most creators, having single redundancy with your SSDs is kind of a good balance between very safe while also being not insanely expensive. My favorite drives are the Samsung T7 Shield, and I've got no complaints about them so far. Finally, lighting is super important when it comes to making your videos look good, and I think every creator should have some sort of pop of color in their studio. A great way to achieve this is with a little pocket RGB light. These things range in price massively. You can get a super cheap one for like 20 bucks, that's like the Ulanzi VL49, or you can go for a more expensive option that's going to be higher quality, like the Aperture MC. These are truly pocket-sized lights that are great for travel and for putting a little pop of color in the background. But the one that I use is a lot bigger, but it's still like a tiny light. It's called the Zhiyun Molus X60 RGB. This thing doesn't quite fit in your pocket, but it is so incredibly bright that it can be used as a key light, and it's battery powered just like the others. The light has a ton more features and little quirks, but it's an amazing piece of tech, and it definitely deserves its spot on this list. I'm just not going to be able to go over all of those little things in this video because it would make the video way too long. But if you want to learn more about that light, you should check out this video over here where I did a thorough, in-depth review of it. You should watch that next.